Hello everybody, my name is Smitty. I'm your host of Roller Pigeon Evolution, and my co-host Danny Castillo. Say hi to the folks, Danny.
What's up, guys?
So today we are going to cover dilute or dilute, same thing, and how it works. How do you get birds that are there's one thing that everybody calls them creams, and then some people call them yellows. It's the same thing.
When you say cream,
yes,
I think of this.
Exactly. That is actually a yellow. Now a yellow is a dilute. So dilute affects the color. So yellow or cream is a dilute of red. Then you know what a dun is, right?
Yeah.
So dun is the dilute of black. So again, yellow is the dilute of red, and dun is the dilute of black. People know what a dun is. For those of you who don't, we'll try to show you one later. So, Richard Apodaca, these are all Apodaca birds, by the way. Richard Apodaca and myself have been working on a yellow or cream or dilute program. All three names mean exactly the same thing. And we wanted to make yellows or creams that roll with the same velocity, speed, and quality as the Apodaca birds. So what you have to do, you have to introduce a bird that has the dilute gene. So that's exactly what he did. He brought a bird from the outside, which was actually a cream hen that came from Jose Avenida, by the way. So if you know Jose Avenida, shout out to him. He actually produced this cockbird right here. So that bird is a ash red, carrying a lot of black flecking, but he's an ash red cock. Now that ash red cock comes off of a yellow hen, just like the one next to it, okay, and a solid ash red cock. So Richard gave me this cockbird right here. I flew him. He was probably about 20 feet, very, very smart bird, great roll. The falcon would come around, he would just disappear. Falcon leave, he'd come back. Excellent, excellent kit bird. So I stocked him. He had great muscle, he had good roll, not a deep bird. Well, I wasn't looking for deep birds anyways. Adding depth to birds is not a problem. Adding speed to birds, big problem. That's a harder thing to do. He already had the speed, he didn't have the depth, not a problem, I could do that later. So keep in mind, this bird is off of a dilute. Dilute being a cream or a dun. So either a bird is a dilute or a bird carries the dilute gene. This bird is a dilute because it's a cream or a yellow. The correct term is actually a yellow, not cream, but a lot of people call them creams. That's kind of the common term for them, at least in the hood where I'm from. So I took this bird, which carries dilute. This bird carries dilute on its mother's side. So it has one gene of the dilute, so it carries it. This one is a dilute, okay? So I put them together, and surprisingly enough, look what they produced me. Some beautiful birds though. Look at that. That's amazing. I love the coloration on these birds. Let's see if we can get him to turn. Come on, turn around, good boy. Beautiful, beautiful coloration on that bird. That bronzing in the wing there. Okay? So, now these birds, they're not dilutes. But this cockbird carries dilute, which is their father. Their mother is a dilute. So now they carry the dilute gene on both sides, from their mother's side and their father's side. Now, why is that significant? So let's go over here and I'll tell you exactly why that's significant. See these two birds here? We have a black and we have a recessive red. These two birds are the parents to this dilute. Look at this. That is their offspring. And you might ask yourself, how did those two birds produce a yellow or a cream? Because one of these birds, which is actually the cockbird, carries the dilute gene. The female does not. And she doesn't need to. As long as a bird carries the dilute gene, it will be able to produce dilutes. But there's a caveat to that. It cannot produce males. It will only produce females of the species. So how do you get males? The way you get males, like I said, we went back to this. I took this bird who is a dilute, made it to this bird who carries the dilute gene, because remember, this bird's mother is a yellow, so she is dilute. So he has dilute this one is a dilute. So when I put them together, these are their offspring. Now, their offspring carry dilute on the mother's side, they carry dilute on the father's side. My goal is to produce male dilutes. Keep in mind, her parents can only produce females of dilute. They can't produce males. So, I have these two. Now, I took this male and I put him back to his mother. So, he carries dilute on his mother's side, because she is a dilute. He carries dilute on his father's side, because his father carries dilute also. Now, I'm trying to produce dilutes, which is duns, which is a dilute of black, and yellow or cream, which is a dilute of recessive red. So, should I show you what I got out of these birds?
What do we got?
Okay, they're very small.
Hey, just a heads up, we're gonna give you guys an update. Just ask for it. Ask for the update.
Look at that.
What do we have here?
We have a dun right here, and we have a little yellow right here, off of this pair right here.
Which is?
Those are the parents.
The cream.
Yes, or the yellow.
Or the yellow and this guy.
No, that's his grandfather.
Oh.
It's off of this pair. So it's off of mother and son mating.
Yes. This pair here.
Right, so mother and son mating. That's his mother he's mated on. And this is what I produced out of them. So that is going to be a cream or a yellow. This one is going to be a dun. Now, based on experience, that is a female, that is a male. In order to produce a male dilute, remember, they have to carry the dilute genes on both the mother side and on the father side. In this case, this pairing, he's mated back on his mother, they did, and that's what I got. So if you want to produce dilutes in your loft, follow this very simple pattern and you can produce dilutes, males and females, instead of producing just female dilutes. They're beautiful, they're great, but you want to be able to have both sides of it to where you produce males and females. So we already talked about what we were able to accomplish with the dilutes. So there's another portion of it, because if you look at this cock right here, little red check. Now this little red check is another one that Richard bred, and this bird carries dilute on the father's side, and it carries dilute on the mother's side. So both sides of its family are dilute. It's not a dilute, but it carries dilute. So what I did, I took it to this little bronze wing hen here. She is a full brother to this cock up here, which carries dilute, and he's mated to his mother, who is a dilute. And I put them together. They haven't had eggs yet, but those right there are definitely going to produce me dilutes, because they both carry dilute on both sides of their parents. They'll be able to produce males and female dilute because they carried on both sides. She carries on her mother's side, carries it on her father's side. This bird carries on the mother's side, carries it on the father's side also. So we'll give you an update when they lay and hatch babies out. These babies belong obviously to her brother and her mom, but we'll be able to show you an update and hopefully get some of these birds up in the air, and you'll get to see how they roll too. One of the things I wanted to talk about was this weekend I got an opportunity to go to the Royal Rumble, which is a bunch of guys that are flying and competing against each other from different clubs, different areas, different regions, and we got to meet some really great people. And I want to talk about some of the people that we met. We went to the house of Jaime Calvo.
Well, but we as in you, because I overslept.
Exactly.
I missed it.
Danny overslept, so he did not get to go. I was there, myself and Luis Quintero. So we're going to be in the high desert, watching the guys in the high desert fly for their region of the Royal Rumble next week. So if you're out there and you see us, Danny is going to be there. He's not going to oversleep this time,
Not
right?
this time, nope.
Okay, great. So make sure you walk up, say hello. We're going to be doing shout outs to your clubs, to friends, family, anybody you want. So come on up, say hello, and tell us you'd like to do a shout out, and we'll do a quick shout out for you.
Yeah, hopefully we get this video up on time so you guys can see it, and then catch us up in the flies, and even if you don't get a catch up to us, catch us on the next one. We'll do it again.
Exactly. So we're going to be in the high desert. Please make sure you're there. Please make sure you say hi to us. Talking about some of the people that we saw down here in the LA area. We went to Jaime Calvo's house. We went to Will Stenhouse's place. We went to Pablo's place. Just a bunch of guys, saw some great birds roll and learned a lot. So please join us on the fly. So if you got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Shoot me some questions on the inbox. And you know, we're here to help. Okay, guys, just a little update. We talked about the Dilutes, and I showed you 2 young babies. We have a little time lapse here. I'm going to show you what those babies look like today. So there is the little yellow or cream baby. We're going to put this in a separate cage here. Let's put it down here so we can. She turned out really, really nice. That's the little hen. She came out a little grouse-legged too. And this is the brother. He's a dun-check Dilute, and you can see a little of the coloring coming through on his wings there. But these are the 2 babies that you saw on the last video. I just wanted to give you an update to where you can see exactly what they look like. So thank you for watching another edition of Roller Pigeon Evolution. My co-host Danny Castillo and myself, on behalf of us, thank you and have a great day. Oh, hit the like button and subscribe.
You only know what you know.
And you only know what you know.
All right, guys.